what do you guys think about the offense? Went to some tempo stuff, and you saw the offense kind of that was when they were making plays. That drive that stalled out in the red zone, like they worked the ball, and they were lining up fast, and then I think on that first and goal, they took their time. It seemed like the start and stop of the tempo stuff that you know Brandon Streeter and Kyle Richardson have been talking about all offseason, how they're trying to get more tempo back in the offense. It wasn't very consistent tonight, so it's like I'm not sure what the game plan is. I'm not sure what what the goal is, because this start and stop and not letting our guy, the guys get into a rhythm is I think is also kind of hurting the offense. I mean, you run tempo and you see it's working, and then you stop, and then you don't go back to it until way later. It was a very confusing game plan tonight. I don't know what you guys think.
It definitely feels like they're bending over backwards to kind of help DJ feel comfortable. I think that has a lot to do with it, especially the poor play calling. I mean, if you don't throw the ball for the first 20 plays of the game, like, of course they're going to tee off on your run game, and your running backs are going to start averaging 2 yards a carry. Then, as you saw them open it up, get DJ out of move the pocket over and get DJ comfortable, the running game opened back up. So, yeah, I think it all hinges on DJ being comfortable, and I feel like if we can't keep him comfortable and be successful, like, it might be time for him to sit down. But I mean, the next 3 to 4 games will definitely tell that, with Furman, Louisiana Tech, and Wake Forest coming up. Those are definitely 3 games that are going to have those telltale signs that come out that'll definitely show the way forward. Because if DJ struggles in the next 3 games, there's no sense into writing him out for ACC play at all. So, and those games, Cade should definitely get a lot of playing time. So,
oh yeah,
the tail will be on the tape at that point.
Now, the touchdown that Cooper gave up in the end zone, I really don't think that was his fault. I think it was a great play designed by Georgia Tech, and Jones was put in a tough situation. And then also on top of that, the guy that Sills was thrown to was 6'7". Cooper's 5'11". I think Cooper played a pretty decent game tonight. When Georgia Tech went to 5 wide, and they had that quick slant. I don't know who gave up that first down, but
that was Makuba. I think he was. I think Makuba was lined up in the. They've been rotating Makuba in at nickel and stuff. I think he was playing in. I think he was playing there in the slot, and he gave up an inside release. And I mean that that wasn't really his fault, and that was I think that was Wes Goodwin being a little too aggressive there, and then he just got burned for it. But
yeah, I think also last year when we played North Carolina State, if you remember, there was a hole on the left side of the they kept hitting against the zone like little 5-yard passes. I saw Georgia Tech did that a lot tonight. I don't like sometimes when they just sit back in that zone. Sometimes I think you just got to go attack. And I think that when he started attacking Sims, I think Sims is a good quarterback. I didn't think he, at a school that doesn't highlight his talent. But I think he was at another school, he'd probably be a little bit better. But I just think that we sat back in the zone too much in that first half. And when we started going back to attacking them in the third or fourth quarter, I think we came out to be all right. Our defensive line is just amazing. I can't wait to see when David Thomas get back.
Yeah, they definitely caused a lot of penalties, though. Otherwise, probably wouldn't have been there.
Yeah, and that helped some of our defensive drives when the back seven was kind of giving up some plays, but the defensive line, just the imposing nature of the defensive line forced a lot of penalties, and because you got to know those offensive linemen have you know, when they were game planning, you know, they have a ton of responsibilities, just knowing how good this front is. A lot that they had to account for, and so you know it made them antsy. They jumped early, and you know Clemson does that little shift sometimes to kind of sometimes they get guys jumping early, and
Right.
it works. That's something that Venables did a lot, and obviously Wes Goodwin didn't take that out. Still wants to do that.